Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. If you're new here, hi, I'm Danny. I'm a psychic and a stoner. I love to combine the two. Today, we're going to do more of this stoner route, and I'm going to rant. Today's going to be a spicy episode. It's a very spicy meatball. But before we get into it, you're going to need a couple things for today's episode. The first thing you're going to need is something to drink, because I certainly will not be responsible for you hooker whores being dehydrated. I don't care what you drink. I just have some good old water in this cute little crystally blue cup. I love her very much, my vibe. Anyway, I don't care if you drink milk, pop, beer. I don't really give a fuck, okay? Just drink something. If you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, this is one of those gardening episodes. We have to censor ourselves on the internet these days, and I don't want to get age restricted, so forgive me for using these code words. Anyway, make sure that you have something to hit, something to puff on. This is my high 90s boysenberry hybrid. And here we are. Let's get the fuck into it. So don't be scared, you guys. Today's episode is not like, you're a hypocrite. We're all hypocrites. I'm a hypocrite, Hippocratic, if you will. And trust me, it pains me every day to know that that's a fact. But there is hypocrisy within all of us because duality just exists. Like, that is the way that life is. This shit is just part of being human. There's always gray areas. You can do your best and still be a little bit of a hypocrite. Now, that being said, bitch, to a goddamn degree, and that's what I want to talk about. If we all have to be a hypocrite, what kind of hypocrite do you want to be? Don't say the annoying as fuck kind. Don't do it because we have too many of those. The word that comes to mind is grifter, but we will get all the way into it. All right, we're jumping in. So I was thinking about this the other day because I was just looking at these celebrities and like the shit they're posting, and I'm like, but bitch, you voted for this. You're upset, rightfully so. What's happening in America right now, in the United States right now, is terrible. It's very scary. But a lot of the people, like, y'all voted for this. Now you're like, just wanted to spread awareness and like let you guys know that this is very scary and I'm praying or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, that's great, I guess. It's just like, I'm just like, hypocrite. But then I started going down a deeper spiral. So shocking, I know. Me overthink or think very deeply into something that's not really that serious, or it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to make it even more explanatory. Yes, that's me. So this is the part that pissed me off. Why? I can understand why celebrities or influencers are doing this, because you know what, at the end of the day, right? They're writing trends because trends are what get the views. That's what gets them paid. That's what writes the checks. It's not right? Okay? But logically, I'm at least like, I see your rationale, even though I don't agree with it. Please tell me why we got basic ass of Becky with a following of 200 doing the same shit, regular ass in real life people on some contradictory grifter bullshit. It just makes even less sense to me because you're just looking silly and dumb for no fucking reason. It's giving pick me, and it's giving humanity is embarrassing. Take a hit because we're embarrassed right now. You want to talk about examples? Let's get into examples because I have a few. Let's start with the girl boss to trad wife movement. First of all, girl boss is just so like corny. Like, bitch, you're just a boss. I do like boss bitch. I do love that. Boss babe is giving girl boss, but like, I guess if you don't want to say bitch, but whatever, you're just a boss. And it's people who start off like, oh, I sell whatever my fucking MLM product is. I have my own business. You literally don't. You did not start this business. You did not found it. You're not one of the you're literally not a business owner, but it's okay. It's okay. Is it, Danielle? You seem pretty passionate. I'm very anti-MLM. But from like the girl boss that's like, I'm going to be the one that pays the bills in my household and women can do anything. Yes, we can. And that's amazing. Those are great goals. To then being like, oh, now I'm a trad wife because a woman's place is in the home. I was made to be a mother. All women were made to be mothers. I'm actually going to lose my mind because now you've been wrong twice. You were wrong the first time, okay? Your MLM never made you a business owner. You were not a boss babe. You were a victim of the MLM system. And now you're a victim of white supremacy and misogyny. Then you're getting on the internet and then you're talking like you're an expert. And honey, I'm going to hold your hand with a paper towel in between when I say this, okay? I am so happy that you're finding yourself. I'm so happy that you're exploring. But what if we don't try to teach anyone or present ourselves as an expert when clearly we don't know what the fuck we're talking about and we never really have? You don't have to be the expert in everything or anything. It's okay to say, I'm on a journey. I'm finding what works for me. And also, there's not one size fits all for anything. Like, I just get so irritated. And you have to understand this 180 flip, this like full 180 this quickly as well. Like, that's concerning. It's not giving, oh, I grew up in a cult and now I've 180, deconstructed. That makes fucking sense because we all know on a logical level, cults are bad. By definition, like, they are not a positive thing. So good, like, great, do a 180 and be free. but you know what I'm talking about when you're like already free and then you just start doing weird shit, putting yourself in weird situations, or being like, oh my God, like I'm on my fucking carnivore diet and I only eat meat, and that's what you should do too because that's what's healthier and my health has improved so much, so that means everyone's will. And then all of a sudden a few years later you're like, oh my God, I'm a vegan now and like I only do plant-based and my skin is glowing and I have more energy. Everyone should do this now. I was wrong years ago, but now I'm right. You've been wrong both times. Can you not see? Are you unable to see that everything varies, that everything is gray? You know what my point is, right? Like, you know, like you get the vision, like the picture I'm trying to present of these examples, right? Good. Take a fucking hit. And also, I'm not saying stop trying to evolve and grow and find yourself. I'm saying stop trying to tell everybody what to do when you're trying to figure it out just like the rest of us. And I guarantee you don't know what's best for everybody. Baby, you don't even always know what's best for yourself. And that goes for all of us, okay? And I'm gonna air myself out at the end and I'm gonna expose myself for one of those examples. Okay, not those two examples, no, but like an example that's on topic. And I do feel like it's important to say, hey, this is what worked for me at this time. Also, your body changes, like your DNA change. I don't know actually if it's your DNA, but your like body changes, the cells change, right? And like your taste palette, like that fucking changes. Your needs are going to change, like where you're at in life is going to change. So it would make sense that at certain parts of your life one thing worked for you and at other points in your life another thing did. So I think what would be probably more helpful and a little bit more progressive would be to say, this is what worked for me. It's probably not going to work for everybody, but it may work for you. Versus these posts that are like, maturing is realizing that red meat every day is what you have to do. Maturing is realizing raw milk and no vaccines. And I'm sitting on the other side of my fucking phone, like not interested. Why does TikTok keep showing me things I'm not interested in? Do I look like I'm drinking raw milk? Do I look like I'm not vaccinated? Do I look like I'm not vaccinated? If you say yes, that is the biggest insult I've ever heard. All right, now, I'm not going to talk all this shit and be like, but I'm perfect. I've never made a mistake or done anything like this. I have, and I will expose myself now. I have talked about many times that I have gone to rehab for an eating disorder, for anorexia. I diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. Obviously, it's something you live with forever, but I have worked on that shit, honey, and I'm in a great place, and I am not currently struggling with it. That being said, I was for a very long time, for the whole like beginning part of my life and then through college, through a lot of college. And I remember once I got out of rehab and once I was really getting my shit together, thinking, oh, okay, so all the stuff I was doing before, that's bad. That's totally bad. And if other people are doing it, they're just on a track to the same bad thing that happened to me. Then I got into more of the weightlifting fitness world where I was in the gym constantly. I started with just like 3 days a week. Then it was 3 to 5 days a week. Then it was 5 to 7 days a week. Then it was 7 days a week. And then I just kind of worked its way like up and down and it fluctuated all the time. And I remember thinking, well, because I'm trying to build muscle, because I am trying to gain weight, I don't have an eating disorder anymore. Sure, I was obsessing over what I looked like just as much as I was before, and I was making sure I went to the gym literally every single day, and I barely took a rest day. Actually, I really didn't usually take any rest days. I was constantly worried about body checking and how I looked in the mirror and how my clothes were fitting and did my ass still look great. But no disordered eating or body image going on over here. And then I had to repackage that mindset because then I started taking this medication that made me like really weak and like sick and I wasn't able to go to the gym as much. And then I eventually ended up like gaining some weight and I had like a second puberty, like my hips came in, my tits came in, everything was looking good, I'm not gonna lie. And then I was like, wow, people who love the gym and go on the regular, they have eating disorders too, because that's what I was doing. So if they're doing it, then they're on the track, the same track that I was on. And it's just like not that serious because then I went a very long time without going into a gym, going into a dance studio. I'm still cool on going into a dance studio. I dance all the time. I don't need to go into a studio if it's going to traumatize me, and that's fine. But I pole dance now. I go to the gym now, and I don't struggle with it. I listen to my body, and it's like, yeah, bitch, you were talking all that shit all those years, flip-flopping from extreme to extreme. Just shut the fuck up. You don't always know what's best for everybody, and you sometimes don't even know what's best for yourself. Let's take a little hit. Let's take a fat fucking Mondo hit. And a tip that's really helped me is realizing I don't need to be so intense or like strict with the way that I see things. Like I don't have to say like this is great and this is horrible. It does not need to be that way. It can literally just like be different from person to person, situation to situation. Example, Pilates snatches some of these bitches. I've seen some of these bitches be like, look at my transformation. This is all from Pilates. I've never been so strong. I've never been whatever. And then a lot of people try it and they're like, oh, well, I heard that it helps you lose weight. And it absolutely does not for a lot of people. So like two things can be true at once. I don't always need to know everything and everyone else certainly doesn't doesn't mean to know everything. We don't always need to be the expert, and oftentimes we're not. Except for when we are, though. Like, I know you got your degree. I know you work hard. I know you study. I know you're an independent learner. I know you've been practicing. Like, you are an expert sometimes. I know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.